have done from the very beginning. But whether you're new or old, please know that we regard you as treasure, because without you, we would not be able to keep going. Patreon.com/George Galloway. Let's go back to the phone lines where Mem is in London on Turkey. Whoa, Mem, what have you got to say?
Hi, how you doing, George? You are a treasure. Good. And you are the voice of the people. I'm an avid viewer of your channel, and I think you're a fantastic orator.
Thank you, sir.
I always watch Mother of All talk shows. I just want to just basically briefly just touch on what's happening in Turkey. I mean, I'm wondering, what are your thoughts regarding the process currently happening, in Turkey? Erdogan has been leading Turkey for, up to 22 years, has achieved amazing and significant political results, I feel, and has been a real influence globally, gaining respect from NATO and generally putting Turkey on the map. I mean, even, some people regard Turkey as a full superpower after US, Russia and China. I mean, he's built good relations with Putin and Trump. However, this recent and increasing repressive measures, I feel, has gone a step too far. I mean, it is an autocracy. Ekrem İmamoğlu has been arrested on charges of corruption, bribery, supporting terrorism, although there's no evidence provided. He's been stripped of his university degree. I mean, how's that? Many believe that these actions may be reversing the reforms made by the great Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, which modernized Turkey into a secular and industrialized nation. And I'm just wondering, how do you feel about this? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, almost to an uncanny extent, exactly what you have just said. If you had allowed me to speak first, you would have been speechless, because I would have said more or less exactly what you have said. Except if you want me to come down on one side or the other, I'll surprise many, disappoint some. I don't myself want to see Erdogan brought down, not least because I suspect that some of those who are trying to bring him down are not operating from the best of motives and do not have the best of intentions for the great people of Turkey and the great modern Turkish state, which has, as you say, many great achievements to its name. And the greatest of its achievements were in the Erdogan period, particularly the early Erdogan. As they say of some music acts, I preferred his earlier work. I thought that when Erdogan was president and Davutoglu was foreign minister, they were a double act to be reckoned with. Turkey's growth, economic growth, was as good as China's at that point. The inflation was low, the currency was strong, and they were following a policy of no quarrels with their neighbors. Ultimately, that became a policy of quarrels with all of our neighbors, and of course, Turkey is deeply complicit in the Islamist fanatic phenomenon of ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Syria. They are guilty, without doubt, of great crimes against the Syrian people. They were deeply involved in the destruction of the secular Syrian Arab Republic, which is broken almost certainly forever. So I have no reason to love Erdogan, and I do not love him. His rhetoric on Palestine is just that, just rhetoric. Israel's war machine is running on oil from Azerbaijan that is pipelined across Turkey without let or hindrance, and with the skim being taken off the top of it by the Erdogan regime. Having said all of that, the hypocrisy of Western governments who arranged the arrest of the leading presidential candidate in Romania, who cancelled the elections in Romania, had Georgescu arrested on the street. They did all of that in silence so far as their own people and their own media was concerned. And now they are outraged at Erdogan doing exactly the same thing against his main presidential rival. From the petty to the utterly malignant, as you say. You have to have a university degree in Turkey to run for president, imagine. And he took the university degree given 35 years before off the guy who was planning to run against him as a presidential candidate. Right up to a couple of days later, arresting him on corruption charges. And he must be pretty corrupt if he's more corrupt than the people in and around the Erdogan regime. But still and still, I do not support a Western-backed takeover of the Turkish state. And therefore, I oppose the uprising that began with the arrest of the leader of the opposition party and front, no doubt. And I believe that the best thing for Turkey is to plan a future after Erdogan. He's a very old man. He's an unwell man. He will not last forever any more than anybody does. And we must prepare for the day when, after Erdogan, necessary corrections can be made to Turkey's trajectory. Mem, thanks for the opportunity to say that, although I'll now be getting flack from all sides on that subject right now.